Hello and welcome to stage 2 of the virtual Tour de France. The riders stay on the island of Watopia for a more demanding route than the previous day, with an ascent in the middle of the course of more than 9 kilometres. The gradient averages 4% to the mountain's points and then raises up to over 13% to the top of the mountain. It could explode the peloton. We start with the women's race. With the victory of April Tracy yesterday, the Drops team wear the yellow jersey. But as this is a team competition, be aware that the teams have changed their lineups somewhat from the previous day, with climbers brought in to go for the victory. The peloton started underwater for this stage. These are the joys of the island of Watopia. Joss Loudon, the British Drops rider who animated the race yesterday, is at the front of the race in the early stages in the polka dot jersey. The start of the ascent, though, is fatal to the wearer of the yellow jersey, the Norwegian Olsen. On slopes of more than 6%, the lead group quickly reduces to around 20 riders. Faulkner second on the first stage, Joss Loudon and Erika Magnaldi lead a sustained train and some girls crack. On the last kilometre of ascent, the group shrinks again. And at the top, Erika Magnaldi, the Italian, leads in front of Joss Loudon and the Danish rider Cecilia Uttrup Ludwig. Ludwig puts everyone in difficulty and explodes the rest of the group. Somehow, only Erika Magnaldi clings on. In the descent, the American Kristen Faulkner of Tibco Silicon Valley Bank manages to make the junction. The sprint is fierce between the 5 women. In the last kilometre, riders use their power-ups. Lauren Stevens of Tibco Silicon Valley Bank wins in front of Joss Loudon and Cecilia Uttrup Ludwig of the FDJ Nouvelle Aquitaine Futuroscope team. The Tibco Silicon Valley Bank team also took advantage of this victory to take the yellow jersey, with 3 women in the top 10 today.
I was actually gapped off into a group of 4 just off the back of the leaders until about 3K to go. So the climb was I didn't quite have it, but we came back on the flats. I got the aero power up at the last sprint line and I engaged that power up to use for the final.
Now the men's race, with some new names on the start sheet, including the former Tour de France winner Geraint Thomas, but also Rigoberto Urán, Tish Benoot and Lilian Kalmajan. Louis Menkes, the South African, who as a result of his teammate Ryan Gibbons' victory yesterday, wears the yellow jersey for the NTT team. Mathieu van der Poel is still present for Alpecin Fenix. The first to attack is Domen Novac of the Bahrain McLaren team, with Alexis Goujiard from Agi Desert Le Mondial. They steal a few metres ahead, but are quickly taken back, in particular by Thomas. At the top of this ascent, the rider from Israel's Startup Nation team, the Canadian James Piccoli, takes the maximum points. We find at the front Michael Woods of VF Education first, but also Nicolas Ede, Theo Gegenhardt of Ineos and Freddie Ovett of Israel's Startup Nation. 10 kilometres from the finish, it is these 4 men who are seconds ahead of a group of 10 chasers. And in the last kilometre, Patrick Bevan, the New Zealander from CCC, tries his luck 300 metres from the line. Freddie Ovett leads as they near the finish, but it is Julien Bernard, the Frenchman, who wins on the line. Ovett and Nicolas Ede take second and third. Louis Menkes of NTT with his yellow jersey takes 8th place, but with 2 riders in the top 10, NTT retain the yellow jersey. 38 points now ahead of Rally Cycling.
I think it was really close. I didn't realize I won. I was thinking Freddy was in front of me, but when I saw the result, I was really happy because I started to sprint really late, I think, and in the last few meters I was able to pass him.
See you next Saturday for the 3rd stage of this virtual Tour de France for a flat route of 48 kilometres. It's going to be fast. Bye for now.